Okay. Okay, that looks like that's working. Cool. Right, just bear with me one sec, guys. Trying to remove all of the distractions as long as I can see that is working fine. That's, yeah, I don't want to stretch that out. Close that down, close that down. Just make sure that's working. Yep, cool. Right, okay, right now I can officially get going with this. Right, I thought I'm going to do something that's just a little bit different. I'm going to demo how to play the game Duel and Back. So you've probably seen many times on my channel. I have hugely praised this game for how much it makes a difference to people's mental health, to their conversation skills, their overall well-being, and of course their fluid intelligence, the ability for them to be able to think on the spot, be creative with their conversations and the way and how they express themselves. And it's been a couple of weeks in truth since I've played this game, and it is something that I always go back to, and I find I end up playing this in waves. Like, it's always it's so good to be able to play this game, but I do find like I don't always have a strict routine with doing it, which is really on me more than anything. But this is such a fantastic game for anyone to play, especially if you do have a lot of social anxiety and you're looking to just find some simple ways, especially for things that you can do at home or maybe on the go. If you're not quite ready to socialize with people and you're just looking for some other alternatives or just some smaller stepping stones. Now, this game is absolutely fantastic as a stepping stone because of the things that it does to your brain by working on both your auditory and sensory perceptions of things. So a number of benefits, I think, with this game. It certainly creates like a hyper focus on maybe conversations that you're having, maybe on like projects and stuff that you're doing. But it really just gets you to hone in on like one particular thing at a time. So it's kind of like what a lot of ADHDers might have, where they will they'll get like heavily addicted and focused on a project or on something, and they will just sort of like dedicate or lose their time into it. And this game essentially kind of replicates that same feeling, but where it's really beneficial is in your conversations with people, where you might then get better with your active listening or picking up on more, or improves your perception on things in your conversations. So you might then be like, oh, let me ask you about this, or I've got a question about that. I find it also reduces the symptoms of anxiety. So where either like myself in the past or definitely with clients, if there have been any sort of more like anxiety induced moments, can't speak today, but if there are those more like anxiety induced moments, playing this game seems to just alleviate that. It seems to just sort of remove that overthinking, that overstressing about things. It sort of clears your head. So you're not really letting that inner voice speak or give you any like negative limiting beliefs to yourself. It just seems to allow you to remove that hurdle, and you can just kind of get on with things. So I found whenever I've played this game, as a better example here, I found that I've been much more productive afterwards with doing stuff than when I haven't been playing this game. It just seems to take away all of the procrastination behaviors, which is something else as well. But no, this is a really, really good game. It's something that I get all of my clients to work on and play through. And really, for the people who want to get the most out of this, almost treat it as like your multivitamin a day. But anyway, enough with the actual benefits of this. How exactly does the game work? Well, in fact, just before I get going, I will also just say I'm going to save any questions for the end if I find that anyone is watching it up until that point. But how exactly does the game work? Well, you can kind of see here there's a grid. Now, excluding the center grid, so we're going to be looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares all in that vicinity. You're going to have a blue square that's going to literally appear in that grid, and it's going to be completely random on each round that you do, which takes roughly about a minute or so. But a blue square is going to appear on this grid, and at the same time a letter is going to be said as well. And literally the task or the challenge is to remember so many spaces back where the blue square appeared on the grid and also where the letter was said. Sometimes it's just the blue squares in the correct place. Sometimes it's the letter of the alphabet is said in the right place. Sometimes it's both, and sometimes it's neither. So essentially you've got 4 different combinations there of what could possibly be happening. And in regards to how many positions back you're remembering, that's where these levels come into play. So you can kind of see on the screen here, it says dual 5 back. So the idea is that I need to be remembering 5 positions back on where the blue square is going to appear on this grid, and also 5 positions back, or up to 5 positions back, of where a letter of the alphabet is said as well. So I'm going to do some demos with this. And actually what I really like about the idea of me doing regular streams with this, so there'll be certainly a lot more fluid with my explanations, and they'll get better as the weeks go on, because I've kind of just improv this, which I really like, because I decided, right, I'm gonna do a couple of rounds of the dual and back, or I say couple, I usually do about 10 to 20 in a session, which will take anywhere between about 20 to 45 minutes. And I thought to myself, you know what, some of my most popular videos on my channel is the dual and back explanations, and I figured, right, I am going to demo how to actually play this game. So I will just look at comments at the end, but yeah, I really like the idea that at least you're going to see me play through the game. I also get the accountability of actually doing this. Hopefully, even as I'm speaking throughout this video or through this live stream, you might then notice a difference in how I articulate, because I do notice even in myself that once I've played this game for a while, I find there's just so much more clarity in the way that I'm speaking. And I've had a bit of a headache this morning, so I kind of get this like brain fog grogginess, which is why I don't feel so fluid with my speaking today. But hopefully playing this game will actually solve that. because it usually does in the past. So no pressure on me in that circumstance for that to happen. But yeah, I'm going to play through this game. I'll do however many rounds, and then I'll take any questions if there are any. Otherwise, like I say, this will be something that I'll do on a regular to be able to demo how this works, and then hopefully it will give you some inspiration to try it yourself, and and then I'd love to sort of hear what kind of effects and difference that it makes for you. So I'll kind of get started with this and just sort of like walk you through it. I kind of respect though that I am actually on a higher level than what most people are going to be starting on. 3 is considered the average. So if you're on like 2 and 3, that is absolutely normal. Really well done. To toot my own horn here, obviously, because I'm on 5, I am above average. I have been trying my hardest to get back to dual 6 back, which I've only done once before. It was just super difficult. I literally only got to get into it. You get essentially like 3 rounds of getting it right in a particular level. Otherwise, you get moved down. So I literally got to level 6, failed 3 times, got moved back down. So I'd really like to get to level 6 or even higher. But at the moment I am on 5. Now I'm also expecting that I will probably drop because of how I'm feeling and because it has been a while since I've played this. Yeah, we'll see. But I'll play through it. Enjoy watching. If you can, maybe even like give it a go. Like try and mentally imagine like, okay, well, is that audio in the correct position? Is the blue square in the same position from so many positions back? And you'd literally just be using the left and right mouse buttons or on my laptop it's obviously the clickers, but left is I can't think now. Well, I think left is position, right is audio. So we'll go through it, and then yeah, any questions about the dual and back, save them to the end because I'm not going to be able to see them otherwise. And I try my best to also reduce and remove any distractions. And I guess one last thing is like I always try and sit myself directly in front of the grid, roughly eye level, sit nice and comfortably. He says whilst he's kind of got his leg crossed, but sit nice and comfortably, and then just sort of remove any other distractions in the room, like headphones and stuff is really good. Well lit environment as well. So all right, I'll stop waffling. I'll start demoing.
S L
So SL
T
SLT
C
SLTC
Q
SLTCQ
L T K S T
That wasn't working.
Q T C H S C C R S S R Q C S T S R L R R S K R S Q R K S Q R L K T S C.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to go horribly wrong, that one. So just even a number of things there. You probably noticed that there was like a blue flash on whether I missed a guess or if I got it incorrect and actually it was the other one. So that's actually a good way to also get an idea of like, did you get the position or the audio right or incorrect, and or should you have pressed it at that point? And sometimes I do find like I get it right, but I've pressed the wrong button inadvertently instead. So sometimes you do get lost in the moment, and you thinking about pressing it, but actually you are doesn't it's not always correct. So okay, all right. So I'm kind of hoping that I'll actually drop down because I think it'd be easier, or at least that will inevitably happen anyway.
C H K
CHK.
T
CHKT.
K
CHKTK.
H H Q T L S T T S L H K R L C R T L L Q S R L T T T S R S T K S C C S T
Yeah, I'm a sequence out. That should be on 5.
K Q
Nah,
Q Q
no, I've lost it. Good. All right, so I can finally go back down a level. So it probably means like the last time I played this, I got one wrong there. So okay, right. Now this should be better, and it should hopefully be a bit more of a clearer example of how to do this as well.
C C H
So CCH,
T
CCHT,
R Q
RQ,
R
RQR,
H
RQRH,
R Q Q C H K Q Q C R Q C C K R H C R S S R S H T H H C R.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so that was much better. Much better. In fact, ironically, there I was 2% away from going back up to dual 5 back. So something also worth noting, just as tips with doing this, I do find that staring at the crosshairs in the middle is actually a really, really good way to keep your focus and attention. And because of how close the extra squares are in the grid around, obviously, that center square, you can very easily see everything in your peripheral vision. Interesting fact for you, both men and women have two very different peripheral visions. So as guys, we have like a very sort of like tunnel vision looking at stuff, and women have a much wider peripheral vision, so they can actually see more and take in more information all in one go. And ironically, on in dating, it's why, you know, if a guy sees a beautiful girl, he has to look at her directly to be checking her out. And of course, he majority of the time gets caught out with staring, and you know, and he gets noticed. Whereas women can be so much more subtle when checking out people that they're attracted to, which is usually why, as like a telltale sign, and I kind of show this with guys when we're walking around cold approaching, is that if a girl is directly looking at you, she is directly showing interest in you and checking you out, which is usually why you've got the old school indicator of interest title, which 100% is a very, very true thing. And why usually if you go up and speak to someone who held eye contact with you when you walk past, it then turns it from a cold approach into a warm approach. So just an interesting fact there for you in regards to that. But yeah, I look at the center square, at that crosshair in the middle, and then with my system in how I remember things, I basically just try and remember the sequence. I cluster it together. So rather than trying to imagine, like, rather than trying to remember like 4 different numbers together, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 5, just for the sake of making it a bit more complicated, then I would group it together, and I would turn it into 1, 2, 3, 5. So rather than trying to remember it separate, rather than trying to remember it separately, I try and remember it as a batch. And then I then look to, because you only then, when you cluster things, your brain's short-term memory holds on to that in a much better way. It's like the same as if you're remembering your bank details. If you try and remember all 16 numbers on your card as one big number, it's actually really difficult. But if you cluster it, if let's say you split it into 4 4-digit numbers, then it's actually easier and more digestible to remember, because you're going like, okay, so you got batch number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, batch number 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, then batch number 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, batch number 12, 12, 13, you know, that sort of thing, rather than literally trying to remember like a really complicated thing. If you batch it, I find it's more digestible, and then I'm not looking to hold on to that for a long time. I'm literally just looking onto it to just vaguely remember it whilst I'm learning the next sequence. So if I remembered 1, 2, 3, 4 in a blue square appearing on the grid with the letters, then I'd hold that in my mind, and then I'd be looking to remember the next batch, which then might be 5, 6, 7, 4. Let's say, just so at least there's one digit there that's replicable from that first batch, which would mean then the first 3 don't match the previous batch, but that 4th one does. So that's when I would click. I can then obviously let go of that first round. That's now replaced with the 5, 6, 7, 4, and then I would be looking at the next one, which then might be like 5, 6, 1, 1, 2. Be like, okay, right, the first two I can then be clicking. The second two, there's nothing to click on, but that 5, 6, 1, 2 now replaces the 5, 6, 7, 1, and so on. So I'm only literally looking to kind of remember 2 clusters at a time, and as soon as I've got that second cluster, it is replacing that first cluster. Now this sounds more complicated than it actually is. Imagine if I were to, let's say I was on dual 3-back, and I'm literally just remembering 3 positions, let's say on the grid. So let's say it's top left, bottom right. So top left, bottom right. So that is my cluster. So in a way, if let's say my eyes were to be darting, it would go boom, boom, boom. So that is a cluster. So now let's say I've now got another cluster, which is top right, bottom left. I'm then replacing b, over b. If that makes sense. Now in that, there's nothing that actually overlaps, so there'd be nothing to actually click. But that is how I do it. I just remember the cluster, and I'm only remembering 2 clusters at a time. And whatever that first cluster is, I'm then listening on the second one. And as the second one is being said, the second cluster, I am then listening out for, right, is there anything that was said the same as in the first cluster? Or is there anything that is positioned the same as the first cluster? And then that's how I essentially go through it.
Q, K, H, H,
Q, K, H, H.
K, L,
K, L,
H,
K, L, H. That's again.
H,
And we've got another H.
S, R,
S, R,
L,
S, R, L,
S,
S, R, L, S.
H, K, H, C,
H, K, H, C.
C, K, L,
C, K, L.
H,
Okay, it's difficult talking doing it.
R, K, K,
K, K.
K,
R, K, K, K.
C, R, Q,
C, R, Q.
C,
C, R, Q, C.
R, S, K,
R, S, K.
T,
R, S, K, T.
K,
R, S.
Q,
K.
L,
No, the next one should be T at the top.
K.
So yeah. There we go. That was a really, really good example of that. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, so now I'm back onto dual 5 back again. Yeah, I already feel better. I already feel my brain calibrating itself with my conversations, or even just with how I'm articulating. So yeah, it definitely does make a difference, and that's only on 4. Although what can also help is just by speaking as well, and just allowing that brain to start firing its cylinders and start working on its own fluidity through just speaking. So, all right, so I'm going to just plow through these again. Like I say, I find it very difficult to get past 5. So 5 really is my top. So the likelihood is I'll either stay on 5 for a while, or I will end up dropping back down to 4. And most of the time I'm usually bouncing between 4 and 5. And it's only if I'm having a lot of brain farts, if I'm really not thinking straight, then that's where I will, I'll drop back down to 3. But Most of the time 3 now is my lowest, and then I'll mostly just be staying on like 4 and 5.
L Q
So LQ,
L
LQL,
S
LQLS,
K
LQSK,
C
LQLK. There we go.
S
CS,
R
CSR,
T C S Q
just my judgment
L K
there.
C S L T T Q R R T Q S T C C Q C C Q
I don't know what it is about like 5 back.
C H R
I need a reset.
K
K,
T
KT,
Q
KTQ,
H
KTQH,
R
KTQH.
C S T C Q
Yeah, I don't know what it is about with 5. I always suck at it. Right, just answering your questions. So, Riza8806. Does dual and back actually increase your IQ? No, not that I'm aware of. So the idea with dual and back, at least in my experience with it, it's really good at managing your social anxiety or any social anxiety symptoms. I find for people who have a lot of negative limiting beliefs about themselves, it seems to kind of quieten that inner voice in their head. Because of the hyper focus that it creates, it sort of pulls you out of your head and just sort of brings your attention to what's in front of you. So you kind of develop a bit of a hyper focus in that sense. But main thing though is that it really kind of works on your fluid intelligence, which is like your improv, your creativity skills, as well as your short-term and long-term memory. So if you were to be doing the brain training and then maybe you were studying, in fact, I would love to see if there could be some like experiment done about this. Then I think, yes, there would be an element of you being able to improve your IQ, but just doing this alone, no, I don't think that's what it's for. I don't think that's what it'll help with at all. What's my IQ? I don't know. It's been a long while since I've done an IQ test. I dare say it's either going to be better or worse than the last time that I did it, which it was in triple numbers. I do know that. So I'm not the most stupidest person, at least. But no, I don't know what my IQ is. But yeah, if you were to do this brain game while studying and doing other stuff, I do think then absolutely it would overall improve your IQ. But on its own, I don't think that's going to be any of the effects for it. Like you could be doing really well with the brain training, but at the end of the day, usually when you do like an IQ test, you're looking to solve puzzles and work out maybe sums or equations of sorts, which you're not really getting on this. All you're doing is improving your hyperfocus and your short-term and long-term memory. there's nothing else that's really being challenged here. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. So let me close that down and then we'll carry on with this.
K R T T K
So KRTTK.
C S T K C H K Q Q R S L H Q C T H H R L L H H R L T L Q R S H L Q R S T Q L T S
Oh, wow. Okay, that might be one of my highest. That's a shame. Couple more right there. Oh, like I got so many. Wow, I got quite a lot right there. Couple of the audios I got wrong. Um, so even actually also on the bottom here. So you've got correct and errors. So 13 I got correct, and then 3 wrong. 10 correct, 6 wrong. I can't think what these are. I think A does stand for auditory, and I can't think what L stands for. But no, that was really good. I'm really pleased with that. Okay.
Q L Q L K Q T Q S T L H Q L T Q L Q T T C Q K C C Q H R T Q S H R T
I think I've lost it.
K S R R T R R L L T L
Yeah, I felt that halfway through that I just completely lost the sequence. Right, I'll do probably 3 more rounds, I think, and we'll just go straight through them.
C K L L H C L Q L T H H K T Q L K Q H T L K Q R L L L S H Q S L L R S T C K Q T T S T L
I've lost all of these
S
sequences. Yeah, that was awful. Awful.
R S Q R R H H L Q K L Q R H H T Q K H Q C K S Q S T Q Q Q T C C S L L Q
Oh, let me just respond to this. Just see if you've also sent me any messages. So, no, okay. Just arranging a date tonight. I know, not the most exciting of things for a stream, but there you go. Okay, right. So, last one.
H R R H K R H R K Q H S K K R K Q H Q C R K T C K T Q K S K H S C S T C.
Oh dear. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Right, I know it's then definitely one of those days, but I can feel the hyperfocus. So that feeling is something that is where at least my brain is getting the training, and it is going to be making all of that overall difference. So yeah, so that's where I'll wrap it. Okay, I can see that there's not really been any other questions besides does the dual and back game improve your or increase your IQ? Like I say, no, it doesn't. Not that I'm aware of. It's just something that works on your short-term and long-term memory. So if you were probably doing this hand in hand with some other game that is designed to increase or improve your IQ, then I would say yes. I think this is probably a fantastic thing to be using to actually develop that. But really, this is just for working on your short-term and long-term memory, that fluid intelligence. And like I say as well, I've noticed the benefits of it if you have a lot of social anxiety and you want some extra help with overcoming stuff. So yeah, we'll end it there. I'm really, really pleased with doing this. I know it was a little bit improv-ish. It was a bit more on the spot. I could probably have been a bit more refined at the start of this, but I'd rather be honest, and I'd rather actually demo how I look at the start of doing the brain training and how I feel and how I'm expressing myself just afterwards. And it certainly does make a difference. I can feel it. Even just from doing 10 rounds, I can feel a difference already happening. So I'm going to try and make this a regular thing. And it would be really good as well to be able to hold myself accountable by putting this online, or these live streams online, obviously. So at least then I can demo, I can hopefully inspire and motivate you to give this a go. And I also kind of like the challenge that I might push myself to finally get back to six pack, which maybe I'll try and see if I can do that online too. I'll have a think about what could be quite a fun and quirky challenge. Maybe even doing something tomorrow, because I think I've got tomorrow free, and just spend like the day just literally just live streaming me doing the brain training. So maybe, yeah, that'll be an option. But thanks for watching, especially if you got through the 15 minutes of me just sitting here in silence playing through the game. But give the game a go. I've got links in the description. It's a completely free game to play and download. I think it's good to play it on a computer or a laptop rather than just doing it on your phone, which I'm not sure if the app allows you to do or not. But yeah, just as really just as something to consider, that you might need to do it on your computer or laptop to play it. But it's really good. Give it a try, and then let me know what you think. Otherwise, definitely I'll speak to you guys soon.